Hey there, Stampers. My name is Sherry Roth. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Alberta, Canada. Welcome to my channel and today's video. This is part 4 of what I thought was going to be a 4-part series, but I think it's going to end up being a 5-part series focused on the Snow Day Scrapbooking Workshop Kit from Stampin' Up! So they released 4 different workshop kits in September of 2024. There's a Halloween themed, there's a winter themed, a Christmas themed one, and a fall themed one. They are all fabulous, but this was my first experience with a workshop kit. So I thought I would film a series of videos where I kind of share my thought process and how I plan on using these videos. So I will link all of the previous 3 videos below, and I share kind of the contents of what's included in a workshop kit and creating the 3 2-page 12 by 12 layouts that are intended to be created with this kit. Now I did make modifications to several of them, actually to all of them. I did make modifications to make them my own and make them work for me. So I share tips and tricks along the way. But today we're going to do something a little bit different. We are going to create a fun little mini album, and this is all created using leftover pieces from that workshop kit. All right, so let's flip the camera around and go ahead and get started. Let's start by doing a little bit of a flip through of what I have left. So not too many stickers. And then I've got several scraps of pattern paper, some of the photo holder placeholders, 1 full sheet of 12 by 12 and 1 full sheet of 12 by 12 white cardstock. So not a whole lot. So these, I'm going to share first the sizes of the album base that I'm going to use. So this first diagonal stripe piece measures 4 by 12 and it's scored at 6 inches so that we can just fold it in half. The next one is the snowflake pattern paper. It measures 4 inches by 9 inches and scored at 3 inches. And then we've got a piece of white cardstock that measures 4 by 10, scored at 4 inches. And then this piece measures 4 by 10 and it's scored at 5 inches. Now, line up the score lines. I'm going to line up the score lines, and so that they all line up nicely. I'm using my Stampin' Pierce mat and my piercing tool, and I'm going to poke 2 holes through all of the layers right on that score line, because we are going to bind our pieces together to create our little mini album. So I'm poking right through, making sure that the hole is a nice size. All right, trying to go through all of those layers. And then I'm going to grab these. These are like, they're flossers for when you have braces. So I will see if I can find them on Amazon and link them in the description. So I'm going to feed my thread through. You can also use a needle, but I just have these in my craft room. I keep them there so that I can do this easily. I'm feeding through my twine, and I started from the outside, going through and then up through the inside to the outside. And initially I was just going to do 1 layer, but it felt too flimsy because this is just white baker's twine, so it's not very thick. So I decided, I pulled back those little flossers, made my end a little bit longer, and I'm going to feed a 2nd layer through. So I looped it through twice. And using these flossers makes it so easy to feed it through. But again, a needle would do the same thing. All right, so I'm just adjusting it so I have a nice long end, because I do plan on tying a bow eventually. All right, so I fed that through, and now I'm just going to tie a knot and trim it. I'm not going to bother tying my bow yet, because you'll see I want to add something to it a little bit later on. Okay, so I'll trim the end here. And then we're going to start by working through the inside pages. Okay, so here's a little flip through of what the pages are going to look like. So you can see that they're kind of staggered. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this Fabulous Pool Party pom-pom trim and I cut it down the middle. I cut a piece and cut it down the middle, and I'm going to add some tear and tape to that first shortest layer right to the edges. I'll burnish it with my bone folder and then peel the backing off. And then I'll take that pom-pom trim and position that on there. And then I'm going to add another layer of tear and tape over top of where the ribbon is. And I've got a 1/2 inch scrap piece of card or pattern paper from the Snow Day kit. And I'm just peeling off this backing, and it's a little tricky. There we go. And that 1/2 inch strip is just going to go right down there to cover the jagged edge of that ribbon. So it just cleans it up nicely. And then I'll trim off the ends of both the ribbon and the pattern paper. Okay, and just having that pom-pom trim on the edge is so cute. Okay, here, so I had the Explore sticker left over from the sticker sheet, and I actually added it to a piece of white cardstock and then trimmed around it because I wanted it to hang off the edge and I didn't want it to be sticky. So I added it to cardstock, fussy cut around it, and then used dimensionals to add it onto there. And then I had cut some photo mats. So this particular photo mat is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And I want to add it on here. So you saw that I kind of closed that first page just to kind of see what it would look like. And I like that you'd see the photo peeking out behind. Okay, so now I'm going to skip past a couple pages and work on this page here. And I have these 4 snow globes that were cut from a piece of the pattern paper that was in the Snow Day kit. And I'm going to use this one here. Now here are some more photo mats that I had cut. This one is another 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So I'm going to use that one there. But you see how I closed it? I remembered to close it to see what it was going to look like. So I decided to move it over to the left a little bit. And I want to include this snow globe on that left-hand page. And then I remembered I had this sticker strip. So I grabbed that and added up the side just for a little bit of color because it is just white. And I'm going to pop up this snow globe with some dimensionals and take some red and white baker's twine, tie a bow. So this baker's twine is retired. I believe it's Sweet Sorbet back when we carried the baker's twine in colors. I believe that's it. And it's close enough. You can't tell the difference. So I popped that up. I'll use a mini glue dot to add the baker's twine, and then this page is done. I kept all my pages really simple because I just wanted this to be a nice quick mini album. Okay, so we're going to work on these candy canes. So I've got this die set. It is called the Keeping Tabs dies, and it cuts these little tabs. So I cut one of those tabs from Poppy Parade cardstock, and I'm just going to add it to the right-hand page so that it hangs off a little bit. And then I'm going to bring in a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 photo mat, just a white cardstock photo mat. We're going to use some more of this sticker strip. We'll trim off the edge, and then I want to carry it through to the other side. So you'll see me use that little scrap piece in a little bit. So we're just going to add our photo mat on here on the left-hand page. You can definitely add more photos than what I've included here. I left some space just in case I wanted to add some journaling or some more, decorative pieces, depending on how I end up using the album. So this leftover sticker strip, I'm just flagging the end, and then I'll trim this off. And then I had a tiny little piece of the petal pink strip that was part of the sticker sheet. This was left over from one of the previous layouts that I created. And that's going to go up there just like that. And here I've got this Snow Much Fun sticker, which is the last sticker from this sticker sheet. I thought it would fit on the other page, but I didn't like it. So I'm going to use it on this plain white page here. So I'm just covering it with dimensionals on the back. We're going to pop that up. And then I'll use the rest of those snow globes. So if you missed the previous videos for this series that I've been working on using this snow day scrapbooking workshop kit, then I will link them in the description below for you to go back and watch those videos if you want. And this was initially supposed to be a 4-part series. I think it's going to end up being a 5-part series because I still have lots of stuff left, and I'd like to create maybe one more, maybe a single page layout, and use up some of these extra bits, but it might end up being a double page, I'm not sure. So it's going to turn into a 5-part series instead of a 4-part series. All right, now I'm having a look at the pages that I have left. I don't have any stickers left. I do have this strip. So this is a 1/2-inch strip of the pattern paper that's left in there. So I decide to put that across the center of that white page. And we'll just trim that off. And I cut some photo mats, some additional photo mats. These measure 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. So they're for 2 by 3-inch photos. And I decided to add these two, which I think is the back page. Yes, it's the back page of the album. So I added those on there. And then I'm going to go back. I felt like this needed something else. So I pulled in the Greetings of the Season dies. Love this die set. And cut that shape from some Poppy Parade cardstock. And I grabbed some garden green ribbon. This is from a ribbon combo pack. You get, I think it's real red and garden green. And I'm looking through the stamps. I end up going with the Reindeer Memories, the Fa La 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 stamp, because I felt like it needed something, a little bit something more. So I decide to turn that little red tag into some pattern paper. So it looks like pattern paper. So I grab my Poppy Parade ink, and I'm going to stamp the Fa La 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 across it diagonally multiple times to create a fun little background on there. So that I end up leaving as is, and when I go to decorate the album, I may leave it as is, or I can add another layer with maybe a little bit of journaling or some sort of saying or greeting or something on it. But it looks good just as is. It doesn't necessarily need anything. So, and you can see that I'm staggering them so that the Fa La 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 La, so all the A's are not lined up, all the L's are not lined up. And it turned out so cute. I love it. So now I'll feed that ribbon back through. I'm going to bring in some more of that red and white baker's twine and tie a bow around it to cinch it so the ribbon doesn't come off. And then that will get added to the mini album using a dimensional. I will also have photos of each one of these spreads up in the blog post that corresponds with this video, which I will link in the description below as well as a full supply list. All right, so that's going to get popped up, and I love how it turned out. Okay, and those pages we're going to leave really simple. So now it's time to figure out what we're going to do with the front. And I decide, oh, here, this is where I'm going to add this little, I have this little snowflake charm, which may have been called a snowflake trinket back when we carried it. So it's got the little top bit that has a hole through it. So I decided to use that to add a little charm to my baker's twine spine. And then I'm just tying a bow. I'll trim those ends. And it's a super cute little addition. It'll look really cute when it's sitting on a shelf. Trim the ends here. And then I decided to go with a belly band to close the album. So to decorate the front. So I've got a strip of Poppy Parade cardstock that measures 2 1/4 by 9. And I've just lined it up, and I'm using my bone folder to kind of do a little score line. And then I fold along that score line, and there is already quite a bit of dimension in this album, and there's going to be even more once you add your photos and things. So I wanted to give it some depth. So from that score line, I score 1/4 of an inch away from that score line. So that will give me 1/4 of an inch thickness to work with. And then I'm going to fold along those score lines. So if you're looking at the score line and you've got that lined up in your paper trimmer, you're going to slide your paper to the left and score it 1/4 of an inch from that score line. Hopefully that makes sense. And then you'll rotate your cardstock and repeat it with the other score line. Okay, so now I'm going to use some multi-purpose glue, just add a little bit here, and that is what's going to hold that belly band together. So it does overlap just a little bit. And then before it sets, you just want to make sure that it moves nicely, and that moves perfectly. It's going to be great. And here I'm just showing you that I die cut another label shape from the Greetings of the Season from white cardstock, and I've stamped the word festive. Actually, this was left over from one of the previous layouts. I didn't end up using the festive. I had stamped it with some garden green, and then I fussy cut it. And then I'm using the word memories from the Unforgettable Memories, which is from the Snow Day stamp set. Just inked it up with Memento ink and stamped it down there. So even though the greeting, the stamp does say Festive Memories from the Reindeer Memories stamp set, that would have been too big for this album based on what I'm doing. So I decided to use the smaller memories from the Snow Day stamp set and combine the two. And I love how it turned out. So I've added a little snow globe there with some dimensionals, and now I'm popping the word festive up. That'll get layered right over top of this, and it's super cute. And then that's going to get added to cover that where the Poppy Parade ends join. So to cover that seam, I'll just use a few dimensionals to hold it in place. And then the last thing to do is just to add some of those little loose snowflakes that we've got that are part of the Snow Day collection from the mini catalog. I'm not sure if that's what it's called, but they'll be linked below. So I'm just going to add 3 little white snowflakes here just to add a little something to the outside, and then I will add some of these to the inside as well. I chose to make this my last step just in case I wanted to stamp on anything on the inside, because these do add, dimension. Okay, so I'm going to carefully slide that off, and I'll just figure out where else I want to add some snowflakes. So I add a couple to this page here. And then I was going to add some here, and then I decided not to, but I do add some on this page here. So we'll add 3 of them on there, and then that's it. Our album is done. So a super quick and easy little mini album using leftover pieces after creating 3 2-page spreads using this Snow Day scrapbooking workshop kit. And I still have lots of pieces left. No stickers, but lots of pieces of pattern paper and a full sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock to work with. All right, so here I'm just going to share a quick little flip through of the album so you can see it fully finished. The belly band just slides off. I love the little Explorer, how it hangs off the edge, and the pom-pom trim. You could easily recreate this style of an album using any of your supplies. So fun. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you are not yet a subscriber, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend.